Hello everyone, Brian here, and today I'm going to try to bring you a game of Domination on firing range. I say try because I am fighting a little bit of a hangover today. My wife and I went out last night to go see my friend Mike's band play again, and actually it was a new band he was with. It was the first time he's ever played with these guys. It was actually a band formed of a couple of guys we went to high school with, which was over 20 years ago. And their drummer had left, and they immediately thought of him. And they've been practicing a lot over the last few months to get ready for this gig. It was the first time he's played out with them, and they did an amazing job. They are definitely a lower key type band compared to some of the ones that we've seen previously. And basically the kind of music I like is all 80s stuff, 80s rock, metal, hair metal definitely. And these guys definitely are a little bit lower key. They don't really play at the types of bars that would where the people would appreciate that type of music. But for the stuff that they do, they do a lot of 70s stuff, 80s stuff, and even some 90s stuff. But it's all the lower key, a little bit softer music. Like they did some, Elton John. They played a couple songs by the B-52s, some NXS, and some older type stuff. But the music is still really good. I did like all the songs they had picked, and like I said, they are just some really talented musicians. So I was really proud of them as far as how they turned out, and I'm looking forward to seeing them again. But that's all I'm really going to say about that as far as the band goes. I will talk a little bit about me being hungover, though, I guess. I used to drink a little bit more often than I do now. Not that I ever was like an alcoholic or I drank a lot to say anything like that, but maybe about 6 months or so ago, my wife's co-workers at her office had decided they were going to do their own little form of The Biggest Loser. Not that any of them were really overweight or anything else, but let's be honest, as you get older, everyone has a couple pounds they could lose. And they all decided to do that, and obviously I wanted to try to make it easier on my wife and try to support her in the best I could. So I decided I was going to, go along with her a little bit. We all changed our diet just a little, and, while she exercised and everything else. And I've never really been a huge exercise type person. I mean, I walk a lot where I work, and, I walk the dog a lot after I get home from work, because my wife gets home about an hour after I do, so most days, weather permitting, I'll take the dog for a quick walk. So I get plenty of exercise that way. But I just made a few minor changes to my diet. I quit drinking soda, as I used to drink soda all the time. As long as my wife would buy it, I drink it in the house. And pretty much the only thing I drink now, other than coffee in the morning, is I drink water all day and all night long. And I used to go to lunch at McDonald's many times a week. It was the most convenient place from where I work. I can just walk across the street and grab some Mickey D's, grab myself a value meal. Because, let's be honest, they have some of the best French fries at any fast food place. So I cut out the French fries. I no longer go to McDonald's, except maybe once every couple weeks. They always say, treat yourself, don't cheat yourself. So I will treat myself to McDonald's every once in a while and get my French fry fix. And the only other change I made was I don't drink beer as often as I used to. Obviously, I know you guys, a lot of you are under 21. So I'll assume you guys don't drink much, even though I know some of you do. So I know I started drinking before I was 21, but I don't drink as much as I used to. I used to, just like a lot of older guys. For you older people, you can appreciate this. Sometimes you get home from work, and you and your husband, wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, depending upon if you're male or female watching this. Sometimes you'll have a couple beers after work, or and just sit down, relax, watch some TV. And I used to do that, like I said, a few times a week, and just have a couple quick drinks when I got home, and that'd pretty much be it. And then, of course, whenever we'd go out to dinner or go out to a bar, because there used to be a band that we liked to go see, but they split up. We used to go see them pretty much every weekend, so we went out a lot more often then. So obviously I would drink then, but since we decided to start doing this, once I made the change, it pretty much stuck. Now we only go out once every couple weeks. We'll go out, we go to dinner still, normally once a week. But I don't drink at home anymore, and it's the rare occasions that we go out or we have people over, they'll have a few drinks. So my tolerance has changed drastically. Good side of it though is, just from making those 3 minor changes to my diet, I lost about 20 pounds. Amazingly enough, like I said, my wife would tease me, and I'd tease her a little bit while she was, hitting our elliptical machine and going out running and exercising a lot more. She lost weight as well, but it was a lot easier for me, and even though I put a lot less effort into it, I guess that's just the advantage of being a man. We lose weight a lot quicker than women do. But another thing I wanted to mention to you guys is I do have a couple ideas that I'm going to be working on for some new videos that I think are going to be pretty funny once they're done. I don't want to give away the details of them yet. One of them I did want to start on today, but with the hangover and the fact my head's still pretty fuzzy, I just really didn't feel like even attempting to do anything with it today. So probably I'll start working on that over the next week or so. Maybe sometime after the Thanksgiving holidays. I'm going to be off for 3 days. So maybe I'll start working on that then, if I don't get to it sooner. But if any of you guys are want to send me a friend request on the Xbox, I am going to need a few volunteers to help me out with one of the videos I'm going to do. So without saying too much about it, if you guys want to send me a friend request, and on the day I decide to do it, I'll try to give you guys some advance notice and try to get everyone together to help me make the one video I want to do. Like I said, the idea to me sounds funny. I ran it by one of my coworkers, who I mentioned before in my previous videos, who plays a lot as well, and he thought it would be pretty funny. So I'm pretty much just going to run with it as I normally do. And the other video I'm going to be working on, I already started it, but I haven't finished fine-tuning it yet. It's going to be taking a little bit more work, and once I get it completed, I may give it to a couple people first to have them look at it and listen to it and give me their thoughts on it if they think it's as funny as I do in my head. So we'll see what happens with that as well. But either way, I'm probably going to just do them both, and hopefully you guys will like it. I know most of you have liked a couple other weird type ideas I've had for videos before, like the one booster hunting video I did where I used all the sound clips in the movie Jaws, and I don't remember what the other one was, but pretty much whenever I have one of these ideas that pops in my head, I'm just going to run with them. And good, bad, or indifferent. Hopefully you guys like it. And that's pretty much all I'm going to say about that. The other thing here, I thankfully finally unlocked Sleight of Hand Pro at the end of this game. So I did notice, because I know I mentioned to you guys before, I have struggled with this game a little bit more than I had thought I would. It really wasn't that unexpected though. I know I mentioned to you guys previously that when I first got Modern Warfare 2, for the first couple months, I sucked ass. My kill-death ratio there was around like 0.65, 0.67 for the first 2 to 3 months or so I played it. And then as I got more comfortable with the perks and all the weapons and learned the maps inside and out, and just knew where I liked to go, where the high traffic areas were, where the opening routes were, I turned that around up to a 1.19, I want to say it was, in that wrap-up video I did. So I definitely went from 0.67 up to almost like a 2-to-1 to 3-to-1 difference over the last 4, 5, 6 months I played. So it's a process I have to go through with any new game like this. You guys all know I am 37, so I am an older gamer, and my reflexes definitely are not as quick as a lot of you younger guys. I make no arguments about that whatsoever. So, actually, I'm off to a better start at this when I think about it than I was there. My KD right now is, I think, around like 0.96, 97, 98, somewhere in that ballpark. And, the kills are only in the low, 12, 1300 range, so I am off to a better start than I had expected to be, despite all the times I mentioned how I was struggling with the game. And definitely once I learn the maps a little bit more, and I get the, the pro perks unlocked, and I learn the opening routes and where some good spots are to defend the flags, and where a lot of the players like to hang out, where the players like to camp. That's definitely going to improve, especially since it's so early on. It won't take that much to really turn that around. Like I said, we'll see what happens. Regardless, I still enjoy playing, good or bad. It really doesn't matter to me as long as I'm having fun and I'm winning games and I'm hanging out with you guys and talking to you in the lobbies and just having fun playing. And I'm not going to be overly concerned with my KD in this game. One of my teammates had a chopper gunner up in the air. I've only earned that once so far that I didn't get in a care package. And of course the one time I got it was on Villa and everyone was inside buildings, so I kind of missed out on the true carnage that thing could have done. And I still haven't earned dogs yet. I really want to unleash some puppies on these guys, but eventually that'll come, I guess. I'll put some of those better games together eventually, and as soon as I get dogs that doesn't come in the care package, I will definitely bring that to you guys. Anyhow, this game is now over. We won 200 to 167. I finished up 25 and 18 with 3 flag captures and 7 defends. So I definitely played the objective a lot. And as always, I hope you guys really enjoyed the video. I will see you soon, and I hope you have a good one.